Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here today and for your interest in the vast potential that the state of Qatar offers to businesses and individuals, especially in the growing era of digitization, which here is led by the Smart Qatar program. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Noura Khadija. I am with the Smart Qatar TASMU program under the Ministry of Transport and Communication here in Qatar. And on behalf of our team, we welcome you to this session entitled TASMU Sectors and Use Cases, which is the first webinar of many more upcoming sessions showcasing TASMU program and its opportunities. Just a small disclaimer before we begin, please note that the Q&A will be at the end of the session, so please do share your question with us on the Q&A box you have on the right. We will begin today by showcasing the potential for commercial success in Qatar, followed by an overview of the Smart Qatar program. We will then move into highlighting the vast number of opportunities across the sectors of the TASMU program, and we will provide a brief on the TASMU platform and how it enables the innovation landscape, and then we will move on how you, our audience, can join us in delivering on this national mandate and what the process actually involves. For our first item on the agenda, I am delighted to invite my colleague Maha Karim Khudadad, TASMU's Quality Assurance and Program Manager. She will introduce Qatar's progress and economical standing, as well as introduce TASMU Smart Qatar program. Over to you, Maha.
Thanks, Noor, and I would like also to thank everyone to join us today in this webinar. And as Noor is saying, that I'll start with a brief introduction about Qatar and the program. I know that there is a big presence of international company, so I thought that this is very important also to know more about Qatar. And the state of Qatar is located in the western side of Asia, situated next to Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. It's considered one of the richest countries in the world, with a high GDP per capita due to its natural resources and oil and gas. Next slide, please. So why would you like to come to Qatar? Why to invest in Qatar? Well, the business environment in Qatar is favorable, conducive and welcoming to foreigners. And the Qatari government had made sure that we have the right incentives for the foreign companies, such as the subsidized rate of oil and gas and electricity, the tax exemptions for a lot of accounts. There is also the high quality infrastructure and the excellent telecommunication facilities and a well-balanced demand and supply on utilities. So the question should be is why not invest in Qatar? And the state of Qatar, the government of Qatar is actually invested a lot and dedicated its revenue to diversify the economy. So we established Qatar Foundation to foster higher education. We have launched and Al Jazeera channel in the 90s. And of course, we have developed the National Vision 2030 to become an advanced society. Next, please. And hence, we have the TASMU program or the Smart Qatar program. The Smart Qatar program was launched to deliver on the Qatar National Vision 2030. And this digital transformation program was under the patronage of His Excellency, the former Prime Minister, Sheikh Abdullah bin Nasser Al Thani. This program is to improve the quality of life of citizens and to drive, to diversify the economy in Qatar. It is focused on 5 sectors: the transport, logistics, environment, healthcare, and sports. As you can see, there is 15 national KPIs that was selected that we, as TASMU program, we're supposed to accelerate its achievement by providing the right infrastructure, providing the right opportunities, and smart solution to to achieve it. And these 5 sectors were selected per their national impact and potential of digitization and existing traction in Qatar. And also it is worth mentioning that there is this program is focused or based on the personas or the people of Qatar. So we have selected 12 personas or developed those 12 personas that represent the Qatari society. Among them, as you can see, there is the disabled, the migrant worker, the elderly, the expat mom, the expat pregnant mom, the businessman, and so on. And it is very important, as you can see, that those KPIs interlink, they actually support each other. So, for example, we are supposed to reduce the rate of smoking by 5% and improve the timely access of medical attention. How can we help by that? Also, we selected the reduction of road network delay and the transport and so on. Next, please. And to deliver on that, we have developed a 5-year roadmap that have 23 initiatives grouped in 4 pillars. One of them is the, as you can see, the enablers. And in the enablers, we're doing the infrastructure and the backbone. So, for example, where to find the extra fund for the next years. And we're working on the regulatory part. So the policies and standards. There is also, we're working to include not just the local community, but also outreach to other sites and other smart cities in the globally. So that's through the partnerships. And there is the digital and the demand side. So the digital part, the supply side, we're working on including everybody. So working on an inclusion program, a skills program to escalate and upgrade the skills of not just the society and also the workers in that. We're developing a center of excellence for user UX UI design and the analytics and artificial intelligence. There is very important initiative that we're working on, which is the pilot zones and providing a place for all the developers to test their solutions in a real life demonstration. On the demand side, the sectors, which I call the heart of the program, we are actually creating the smart solution with the help of the multinational companies, with the help of the startups and entrepreneurs. And to help them to do so, we're working on the strategy detailing, the governance, and even the open data implementation and structuring the open data with the government stakeholders and partners that we work with. The brain of the program is the platform. And on the platform, you have the interrelation, so aggregating the data between the 5 sectors and also opening services and products to the developers and entrepreneurs, such as authentication and payment gateways, and also even going geolocation services and so on. In the next few slides, my colleagues, as also Noor mentioned, they will go through the opportunities of this year, 2021. And very importantly, we will go through the platform, which is very important for all of you to know that you have to connect to it. We're not gonna accept solutions to be built alone. A standalone, it has to be built on the top of the platform. So it's worthwhile to know about the platform. So I hope you enjoy our webinar today. Thank you. Back to you, Noor.
Thank you, Maha, for that great introduction. And now I will invite my colleague Imal Kuwari. She's TASMU's Transport Sector Lead. She will elaborate more on the smart sector solutions across the sectors and then deep dive more into the transport sector themes and current opportunities. Iman, if you may.
Hello, everyone. So before I jump into the opportunities related to the transport sector, I would like to give you an understanding of how we came up with these opportunities and across the 5 sectors. So what we started with a few years back, that we did innovation workshops and we invited a lot of the governmental entities, the local SMEs, large multinational companies, research and academic institutions, as well as startups and NGOs. We wanted to have an inclusive conversation that involved everyone. And from there, in these innovation workshops, we had over 100 projects that could be implemented for as opportunities in Qatar. This is why we have these 5 prioritized sectors, and across these 5 prioritized sectors, we have these 4 main themes that you can see in front of you. And for each theme and each sector, we're trying to achieve different things and ensure that we provide, for instance, in transportation, an integrated transport mode for a unified personalized traveler experience. We want to provision a relevant city data and drive guidance and mobility inside. And for the logistics sector, we want an effective logistic management and decision-making through consolidated digital channels and improved port productivity through automated container handling and augmented fieldwork. For healthcare, we would like to deliver an access to health resources and recommendation, provide access to care outside the clinics and hospital, an integrated and collaborative system that places a seamless patient journey. As for the environment, we would like to have an environmentally aware society running an efficient operation with ability to plan ahead, an urban infrastructure designed with sustainability at its core, and embed sustainable practices in the environment and protection of the citizens and daily life. And in sports, we would like to encourage the community to be sports enthusiasts in Qatar and enhance their performance through more effective and personalized training and management solutions. As you can see, we already have some solutions developed across the sectors at the bottom. These are the opportunities that were developed in 2020. And now I'll be sharing with you more detail about the roadmap of what we have planned for the next few years. So as you can see, we worked along with the sectors and created a roadmap until 2024. Primarily, it covers healthcare, environmentally, and sports. However, for logistics and transport, strategies are going to be refreshed, and we will have more opportunities that are more relevant and updated with the sectors. And as you can see, all of these projects that have been prioritized are ultimately to ensure that smart solutions are developed to deliver a successful 2022 World Cup. So let's move to the transport opportunity and explain more about the transport sector. So as you can see, these are the key themes in the transport sector, and each of these themes have projects related to them. And as I said earlier, the transport sector will receive a strategy refresh. However, these main themes will remain. However, the projects under them will be changed. So for the transport sector, in the next slide, I will be showing you what are the projects that have been identified in the innovation workshops and what have been done. So as you can see, the projects highlighted in gray are the ones that are being developed and soon to be deployed. So we have the digital travel guide, which is still a project, and the smart parking project under development, and the real-time crowd management project. And as the coming opportunity, it is related to the smart EV charging. So if you can move to the next slide. So all of our projects are detailed in this manner. We will be sharing with you an issue statement, the potential services feature, the smart objective, which is related to our KPI, and what are the expected benefits. For smart EV project, I guess there is a boom for electrical vehicle adoption across the world. And in Qatar, there is a high demand coming into the market, and we see a lot of people interested in that. But how can we make their experience better, as the country is really investing in the infrastructure by installing a lot of the charging stations? So in this opportunity, we're trying to create a platform that actually informs the user of the electrical vehicle where to charge his vehicle and what are the best closest distance to him and the tariffs that are related to that. And that we would like to have something that is related to the individual experience of the user that has a strong UX, UI, and so on. So here, as we always said, that the citizen or the user is at the heart of the program. So we always relate to our journeys to the user. So we have here the impacted persona, which is Salim and Maria. But here today we're going to talk about Salim's journey of when he is using this app platform. So what we would like to do is make the charging opportunity more convenient for Salim, where he has an app to check where he wants to charge his car. Salim notices that his car is low in battery, and from there he logs into his app and searches for the closest available EV charging solution that takes him a few minutes away. And then Salim gets alert, selects between the different tariffs based on his time availability. So let's say Salim has a lot of time and he can go for the slower charging option. He can actually sit and enjoy dinner or a conversation at the cafe with a friend. And while his car is being charged, his car is being intelligently charged and detects that it's what are the best tariffs for him according to the grid stability. And from there, at the background, while he's enjoying his coffee or his dinner with a friend and conversation, his car is fully charged and the payment happens seamlessly. So this is the user journey that we have created in the TASMU program. However, we do really challenge the companies that are interested in these opportunities to share with us a better journey, something that is more seamless, that has more innovative approach to actually giving this kind of experience to our users and visitors in Qatar. So this comes to the end of my part in the transport sector, and moving on to my colleague.
Thank you, Iman, for that comprehensive explanation. And indeed, we are seeing some great strides in the digital transformation of the 5 sectors and especially transport here in Qatar. And now inviting my colleague, Jamie Fanji. She is TASMU sports sector expert. She will walk us through the themes and the opportunities of the sports sector. Over to you, Jamie.
Thank you, Noor. For the sports sector, similar to the other sectors, there are 4 key themes. Those 4 themes are stemmed from the 3 KPIs that Maha mentioned at the beginning. So if we go through those, the first one is active nation. So this theme aims at achieving a healthy and enthusiastically active population in Qatar by providing them with accessible sports and innovative infrastructure so that they can not only learn to become sports lover, but also continue to be active on the long term. The second objective or theme is the competitive athletes. For this KPI, this theme is related to the top 50 in the Olympics KPI. Luckily, Qatar was able to reach the 41st ranking this year with 2 gold medals. For this theme, it focuses on, first of all, finding professional athletes, but also improving them and providing them with the necessary equipment and technology to improve their training and prevent injuries. The last 2 themes are related to the World Cup. With the World Cup coming up and with the many different events happening in the country when it comes to sports, it is important to focus, first of all, on event delivery. So one of the themes focuses on improving the event journey and the legacy. And the second one is focusing on the fans and how they can be connected to each other, share their experiences when they are attending sports events in the country. So as you will see, the projects that we have prioritized in the strategy fall under these 4 themes. In the first year, we have 4 main projects that were prioritized for 2021. 2 of those projects, which are AR Fan Experience and Event Companion, will be developed directly with SC, so they will not be tendered as part of the TASMU projects. The second one is combines 3 different projects: the National Sports eHub, Active Living Index, and Digital Activity Community. This project is now still being approved by the different owners to make sure that it covers all their needs and challenges. And the last one, which is planned to be tendered in this coming wave, is the Athlete Performance Dashboard. It falls under competitive athletes, and we are going to go over it in detail shortly. Before we go in details and talk about the Athlete Performance Dashboard project, I want to highlight that in the sports sector, we are engaging many important stakeholders, including Qatar Olympic Committee, the Ministry of Culture and Sports, and the Supreme Committee for Delivery and Legacy. We have been working closely with them in identifying those projects and in making sure that the project description fits into their needs and help us achieve the 3 KPIs that we have mentioned. On top of the sports KPIs that you can see here on the slide, we also support indirectly by achieving some of the healthcare KPIs, such as halting the rise in obesity, which is very important by being active, which could be achieved by being active. Now back to the use case, we will give you enough details so that you are aware about this project. The Athlete Performance Dashboard, it's a dashboard that is aimed at tracking, monitoring, and analyzing the data of athletes across all age groups. This focuses on professional athletes, and it is expected to collect all the data that is needed to improve their performance. It will be accessible by coaches, the athletes themselves, the medical staff, their managers, and even their parents. And it will hopefully help in improving their training by using data analytics and advanced analytics, and also preventing any injuries by noticing any different patterns in their workouts or in their performance by looking at the data. So this use case focuses on the top 50 in the Olympics objective. It serves the needs of 3 main personas. As we mentioned at the beginning, the whole idea of the TASMU program is to tackle the needs and the challenges of different population segments. So in the case of this project, we are supporting any student who is looking to become a professional athlete, or any already a professional athlete who is performing sports in Qatar, and most importantly, disabled people. So Qatar has done a great job in the Paralympics and is still focusing on promoting sports for the disabled people. So hopefully this use case could also tackle the needs of those individuals. If we look at an example journey for this project, and take the example of a professional sprinter. This sprinter is training for his championships. Data will be collected from his wearables and from any equipment that is available in the training field or in the gym or anywhere where he is practicing. All that data will be collected and captured in real time and will be analyzed using AI, deep learning, and any other technologies in order to generate the necessary insights that are tailored to this athlete in specific, taking into account his medical record, his background, and his previous performance. This data will be analyzed and provided and accessed by whoever is managing this athlete, from coaches to medical team to sports entities and clubs and whoever is sponsoring this player. And then they will be able to tailor the trainings and to improve the training experience of that athlete based on the data that is being collected through this dashboard that we are talking about. So I hope this makes it clear, and if you have any questions, you can raise them at the end. That's all for the sports sector. Thank you. Back to you, Noor. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. That was quite informative, and we are looking forward to more projects supporting the delivery of FIFA 22 and hopefully many more upcoming major events, as well as, enabling the population to be more active and improving athletes' performances. Allow me now to invite our colleague Asma Al-Hmedi. She's the healthcare sector expert. She will discuss further the themes and opportunities of the healthcare sector. Take it away, Asma.
Thank you, Noor. So under smart healthcare, we identified 4 key themes, which focuses on transitioning the sector towards a patient-centric approach to healthcare. The 4 themes we see here can be summarized as the self-care and health awareness, which focuses on empowering patients by allowing them to manage their own healthcare journey by giving them online access to vast and reliable medical information, and by involving them in the decision-making process of their personal health journey. The second theme is the digital wellness, which highlights the importance of maintaining a healthy lifestyle, both physically and mentally, through personalized fitness and wellness programs, digital therapeutics, and meditation practices. The third theme is connected care, which extends care beyond the physical ecosystem of healthcare and facilitates the interaction between patients and healthcare provider by eliminating communication barriers and adding an on-demand element to services catering for the different population groups. The last theme is remote care and management. It allows healthcare providers to monitor patients' condition from a distance and manage the patient's treatment plans. It also focuses on the patient's need to monitor their health condition and their progress according to the treatment, ultimately leading to improved health outcomes, especially for chronic disease patients. And so we developed, there is a series of use cases under each of the 4 themes, which have been identified for the healthcare sector. This slide illustrates the collective list of prioritized smart solutions over the coming years. We have here highlighted in gray the virtual consultation project, which is already under implementation. It is a solution which provides patients with the ability to have video-enabled virtual consultations with their physicians. The solution was launched in collaboration with the Ministry of Public Health, with the participation of 3 major healthcare providers in Qatar, who are Primary Health Corporation, Hamad Medical Corporation, and Sidra Medicine. The launch was expedited to cater for patients' need during the COVID-19 pandemic, and the project successfully managed to onboard more than 325 clinics and enabled access to more than 30 medical specialties such as mental health, urgent care, physical rehab, pediatrics, and dental care. And we will shortly take you through the 5 2021 upcoming opportunities highlighted in blue, as you can see here. But before we go to the use cases, in the next slide, we are working with the use case owner, the Ministry of Public Health, to develop these 5 smart solutions. All of our smart solutions and applications that will be developed in the healthcare sector aim to generate an increment in population access to quality healthcare and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. TASMU seeks to halt the rise in obesity, reduce the rate of smoking by 5%, and improve timely access to medical attention. The first use case under smart healthcare, which is selected for 2021, is Symptom Checker. It is a smart solution which helps people understand their health issues and assess their need for medical attention. Accordingly, the solution navigates them to appropriate site of care. And so this smart solution serves one smart objective, which is improving timely access to medical attention, and thus presents many benefits, which are empowering patients to better and more conveniently understand their health condition. It increases accuracy of diagnostics by utilizing algorithm and AI. And finally, it helps in triaging patients to the right channel, ultimately reducing pressure on emergency facilities. And so for all of our use cases, we explored them from a citizen point of view, such as residents, visitors, to define different journey experience and touch points. Here we'll use the Symptom Checker as an example of a smart solution journey. We have here Sajid, one of our targeted persona, who is a blue-collar worker or expat. He is experiencing cold-like symptoms, but he's not sure of the severity of these symptoms. So he goes online to seek help using the Symptom Checker platform and inputs his symptoms through a questionnaire like form. And so the AI-powered platform generates an assessment with an initial urgency score based on the emergency serving score. And finally, based on the score, he is directed to the right site of care, whether it's self-treatment at home, primary care, polyclinics, or virtual consultation. The second use case under smart healthcare for 2021 is smoking cessation. It is a smart solution which helps smokers successfully complete their journey of quitting smoking through the aid of digital therapeutics and devices, access to personalized coaching and community support groups, and targeted educational material. The smart solution directly serves the smart objective of reducing the rate of smoking by 5%, presenting many benefits, such as increasing the number of people who attempt and successfully quit smoking. It helps in reducing the number of diseases caused by smoking, such as lung cancer, and it enables access to educational content and community support, ultimately raising more awareness. The third use case under smart healthcare is the digital fitness and nutritional guide, which is a smart solution helping the population achieve their health and fitness goals by providing personalized nutrition and health plans through food consumption and activity monitoring. It also enables access to advice by certified and licensed dietitians, nutritionists, or coaches with specialties for multiple population groups, such as pregnant women, people with chronic diseases, and people with disability. This solution helps achieve 2 of the 3 smart objectives under healthcare. The first one is halting the rise in obesity and reducing the rate of smoking by 5%, thus presenting many benefits, which are helping people better adhere to healthier diets. It empowers people to select more balanced food choices through better understanding of nutritional content of the food they eat, and it leads to a more sustainable lifestyle change through targeted educational content promoting healthier habits. And so the fourth selected solution for 2021 under smart healthcare is pregnancy and baby care. It is a smart solution which supports women in tracking their pregnancy from conception to early childhood through personalized content, tips, notification, tools, checklists, and milestone tracking. It caters for the needs of pregnant women and allows them to have a less stressful prenatal and postpartum experience. And so this solution helps achieve 2 of the 3 SMART objectives, which are halting the rise in obesity and improving timely access to medical attention, presenting many benefits, which are helping pregnant women understand the birth process, track the different milestones, and access professional advice, thus leading to a less stressful pregnancy. It also empowers not only mothers, but both parents with the access of online tools such as trackers, checklists, schedule managers for immunization. And the last benefit is that it reduces pressure on medical facilities by providing online care. The last use cases for 2021 under smart healthcare is chronic disease monitoring. It is a smart solution which enables the remote management of a number of chronic conditions through wearables and smart devices, which allows the monitoring of blood glucose levels, blood pressure levels, cholesterol levels, and heart rate. It serves the need of people with one or multiple chronic conditions such as diabetes, cardiac conditions, hypertension, and high cholesterol, and allows these patients to better manage their conditions. Again, the solution helps achieve 1 SMART objective, in this case, improving timely access to medical attention and presenting many benefits, which are helping patients conveniently manage their condition through a reduction in financial burdens and optimal time management. It empowers chronic disease patients with access to real-time health information, leading to a timely intervention in response to fluctuation. And finally, it reduces hospitalization and readmission rates through remote, continuous, and targeted care. This concludes our opportunities under smart healthcare. Thank you. Back to you, Noor.
Thank you, Asma. Indeed, we are very proud of the benefits the virtual consultation solution had on the community, and that is actually paving the way for more impactful projects in the healthcare sector. Now, I will invite our colleague Nofel Haddad. She's TASMU's environment sector expert. She will showcase the themes and opportunities of the environment sector. Nof, if you may.
Hello, everyone. I will talk about smart environment sector. First of all, we identified 4 key themes which focus on the transitioning the sector to protect our environment. The 4 themes can be summarized as you shown. The first one is sustainable resources. It focuses on building society where citizens understand how their behavior impacts the environment and are committed to making efficient changes to their lives. Second one is the digital urbanization, highlights the importance of designing urban infrastructure that's focused on promoting long-term viability in order to reduce the consumption, waste, and harmful impacts on citizens, while enhancing the overall well-being of both people and environment. The environmental stewardship refers to the responsible use and the protection of environment through the adoption of conservation and sustainable practices that enhance the daily lives of citizens. The connected farming focus on utilization of digital tools to empower the farming community to improve farming of land while preserving resources and increase productivity. In the smart environment sector, we have successfully completed 2 use cases in 2021. The National Food Security Analytics, it's an AI-driven decision support tools and recommendation engine to help safeguard national food security. The tool acts as a centralized database, allows users to track key KPIs concerning food security, and gives recommendations to ensure decision makers can reach their strategic targets. And the digital farmer community use case, that's to provide localized agriculture information and crop-specific advice for farmers, leverage IoT and satellite technology. The digital farmer community offers a wide array of services ranging from disease recognition and prevention to crop health analytics and monitoring. As for upcoming opportunities, environment sector, we have 2 use cases available for 2021, the smart water and electricity experience and insights, and the livestock monitoring and analytics use case, which will be detailed in the upcoming slides. We will be working with the use cases owners, which is the Ministry of Municipality and Environment, as well as Qatar, to develop these smart solutions. We aim to drive sustainable consumption of natural resources and ensure water and food security. TASMU's smart solution will help to reduce energy consumption per capita by 6%, and reduce water consumption per capita by 10%, and reduce 40% of overall food consumed locally. In our first use case, it's livestock monitoring. Next slide, please. Livestock monitoring and analytics use case. It's an upcoming project in collaboration with the Ministry of Municipality and Environment. The project deploys a platform providing information on livestock managed by holdings with focus on traceability and medical records. The solution also consolidates livestock-related information in one place, facilitating national-level visibility into livestock health. Typically, a user journey for livestock monitoring and analytics smart solution will start with Khalid, our persona, wanting to better manage his livestock. Khalid is a farm holding manager in Qatar. He can utilize the dedicated livestock monitoring dashboard to access information on his holding provided by MME, which is Ministry of Municipality and Environment. Khalid can also access insights regarding his livestock, including registration information, medical records, vaccination status, and extra. If Khalid identified that an animal on his holding is sick, he can use the platform to schedule and manage an appointment with the relevant clinic. Once scheduled, Khalid will receive a reminder for his appointment with the clinic, after which details of the medical intervention are uploaded to the platform. Khalid can revert to the dashboard for details on the diagnosis and follow up according to the suggested remedies to ensure all animals are in proper health. Our second use case is the smart water and electricity experience and insights that will be done in collaboration with Qatar. The solution implements analytics to transform data collected from smart meters into actionable instance. The platform will support by providing visibility on water and experience consumption, insights to performance of the networks across various levels, in addition to integration with other systems at Qatar for real-time data exchange. This is our 2 opportunities, and this is end of a smart sector. Back to you, Noor. The smart environment sector.
Thank you, No, for that detailing and sharing with us the achievements of the digital transformation happening in the environment sector. And now I will continue on with the logistics sector. So in the logistics sector, as Maha mentioned, we have 3 KPIs which derive the categorization of these 4 themes you see in front of you. We have identified these 4 themes which focus on improving the effectiveness and efficiency of the national logistics. The first theme is the connected logistics. It focuses on improving decision-making in logistics through the development of consolidated digital channels. The second theme is digital workplace, and it supports the digitization of port-related activities through the implementation of automated solutions on augmenting workforce capabilities to improve productivity. The third theme is dynamic delivery. It refers to the improvement of the last mile delivery through an array of digital channels and ensuring seamless and reliable transfer of products to its end users. And the fourth and last theme is the empowered recipients. It focuses on utilizing digital technologies to provide the user with full flexibility and control of their shipments. So we have exciting opportunities coming up in 2021 with the digital auction marketplace use case, which we will detail later on the slides. And as Iman mentioned, as we move forward with concluding the transport and logistics sectorial strategy refresh, more exciting opportunities will be uncovered with the use cases and shared for the commercial tendering over the coming periods. But what you see in front of you is what we had done previously in 2017. So you can have a bit of a view of what can be expected in this strategy refresh. On to the digital auction marketplace. So it is an upcoming project with the General Authority of Customs. The digital auction marketplace deploys an online auctioning platform which helps streamline the auction process by offering real-time auctions, electronic payment of items, and integration with customs systems, thus reducing operational costs and potential waste of the item. And as Maha mentioned in the beginning, there are 3 KPIs for the logistics sector, and the digital auction marketplace actually contributes to 2 of those SMART objectives, which is the cutting import cost by 50% and raising logistics performance index to 25th to lead in the GCC. Okay. Typically, a user journey for the digital auction marketplace use case would start with the customs official, our persona, looking to auction off unwanted items stored at the port after the legal deadlines have passed. And so the shipments are left at the port unclaimed and past the legal deadline. So the government official would post the merchandise online for the auctioning, and then the interested buyer would bid for that merchandise or that product online, and then the highest bidder would claim that merchandise. And with that, we conclude our opportunities for the 5 sectors. And now I will invite our colleague Basharat Sharif. He's the platform expert. He will explain more how the Smart Qatar platform actually enables the delivery of all of those use cases and much more innovation. Basharat, if you may.
Well, thank you very much, Noor. If you can go to the next slide, please. Thanks a lot. So I'll just take the opportunity to introduce the central platform and also how it interacts and support all the use cases. So the basic concept of TASMU platform is being the platform of platforms. That means it's a sector agnostic IoT cloud-based platform, which, as Maha said in her introduction, is the brain of TASMU program and the key orchestrator, if you will, of the smart Qatar ecosystem. So basically, if you look at this, slide, it provides a very high-level conceptual idea of the central platform. As I said, going from bottom to top, there'll be a lot of sensors and IoT devices which will be generating a lot of data. That data would actually be captured by the central platform. It can actually arrive or the central platform through sectorial platforms, or directly to the central platform. And then on the top of the slide, you see, all the key stakeholders of the central platform, from the citizens to the government entities to private, large and small businesses, as well as research and academia, institutions. So the central platform, as I said, the key orchestrator of the ecosystem and a global orchestrator of smart Qatar services, and also supported by a command and control center that will manage the operations when these services are delivered. So it's got a very rich value proposition. The key element to notice here is that this is not only an Azure-based IoT platform, but it's also a development environment. So the use case providers, the solution providers, developers, if they have their solutions, those could be hosted on the central platform. And if you can go to the next slide, please, Noor, we can talk a little bit more in detail about the proposition of the platform. So various elements of the proposition. We provide platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, software as a service, then managed services in terms of customer support. And another important thing from a Qatar point of view, the platform is kind of a one-stop shop where you could come in, leverage all the services of the platform to either host your solution or to build your solution on the platform and then help it run by the platform, managed by the platform. Again, also, there are other government services that actually platform is already connected into. For example, services like access to government network, if you're a government organization, payment gateway, access and APIs connected to national authentication services, geospatial services. And it's a plug and play type of proposition. You do not really have to do the legwork to go and get connected to all these entities. You come to the central platform, and with a few clicks, you have bidirectional APIs, and everything is connected, and you have the possibility to address the market with your solution and your ideas. We also have an international proposition, which at the moment it's in its infancy, but the vision of the platform is not only to keep the focus on the Qatari market, but actually use Qatar as one of the leading smart nations which can actually export infrastructure as well as innovation services and deliver solutions outside of Qatar. Also, another opportunity for international providers to provide their existing solutions, host them on the platform, and use the management services of the platform to deliver those solutions to the market and wider region. If we can go to the next slide, please. So what we have at the moment, so we had a beautiful launch of the platform in the month of July 21. And now we are very proud to say that we have 36 services which are currently available and live on the TASMU platform. These are the services that you can start leveraging today. They are categorized in 5 categories. You have IoT device onboarding management, enablement accelerators, smart city value-added services, revenue generation services, and then other platform support type of services. All of these services are available on our website in many more details. So I would encourage you all to take a look and get more information. But the key thing here to remember is that TASMU platform is ready. All the use cases that we talked about, it can provide core capability for the developers, for the use case providers, to either build their use cases on the platform, or if you already have a pre-built solution, you can host it on the platform, and we have the entire business around it, and we can take you through the whole journey. And as my colleagues talked about the National Food Security Analytics use case, that is actually at the moment it's being hosted on the central platform. Likewise, digital farmers community, and there are many more exciting things to come. So thank you very much. Back to you, Noor.
Thank you, Basharat. We're looking forward to utilizing the platform to deploy the use cases and its contribution to Smart Qatar. And now I'm sure after seeing all of these opportunities and potential, you're wondering how can you as an entity or an individual collaborate with us on delivering these opportunities? And to answer that question, I will hand it over to Iman, where she will let you know how can you have access to those current and many more upcoming tenders. Iman?
Hello again. Thank you, Noor. We have shared all these opportunities, and I hope you are keen to actually participate in changing the scene and developing these interesting projects in Qatar. So in order for you to take part of these opportunities that have been outlined today, you first have to register as a vendor at the Ministry of Transport and Communication. And through this actually being registered as a vendor, you'll not only get notified about opportunities of tenders about TASMU, but also from the ministry as a whole. And from there, in order to receive a vendor pack, investor pack, you can send us an email on any of the registered emails that are displayed on the screen. And once you received an investor pack, which contains a series of forms, which you need to complete and share to the vendor registration team on the emails presented on the screen for you. Then they will review and send back to you if there's any necessary requirements, if there is more information, and approval for you to be part of the companies that can tender. And for our international audience who are not based in Qatar, we do still welcome you to be part of these projects, and you can actually become a vendor at the ministry. But in order to actually, once awarded to these projects, you must be a company that is registered in the state of Qatar. And for you to actually get more information about this and how to become registered in the state of Qatar, please send send a request to this email displayed, tdvinfo@motc.gov.qa from the TASMU Digital Valley team that will tell you the different ways that you can register as in Qatar, whether you register as a company within the Ministry of Trade or within the free zones in Qatar. So all this information will be shared with you. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Iman. We will now open the floor for questions. So please do write your question in the question box on the right, and we will try to answer it. We have already some questions coming in. So let's see the first question. So the first question is, which I'm suggesting Maha would be fit to answer. So can a small business apply for tenders? Maha? Maha, we're unable to hear you. I think you're muted.
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, so the question is, can a small business apply for tenders?
Yeah, so I was saying that, apologies for that, I was saying that, yes, of course, we welcome international companies and startups. And startups can bid for some of the use cases when it is a low complex use case. So for example, pregnancy and baby care and smoking cessation. Other use cases or smart solutions that my colleague showed are also you're welcome to be part of it, but within a consortium. So partner with a big company and see what role you fit in there, and you can also submit your bids. Yeah.
Okay. So I think while we're on the subject of procurement and bidding, we have the second question. It's also related somewhat to that. It asks, can businesses outside of Qatar bid for projects?
Shall I answer that?
Yes, I think, yeah,
Okay.
since you already have the floor, it's fine, you can just go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, Iman shared the registration process before, and yes, if you are located in Qatar, you can, and if you are outside, also you can. So even if you're not, if you're an international company and you don't want to move to Qatar, you can register in MOTC, or Ministry of Transport and Communication. That makes you a candidate for our proposals.
Okay, we have more questions coming in. So the third question is asking, are there any particular evaluation criteria or scope considerations you can share with us ahead of the RFP being tendered? So I think Maha, if you can also answer that, since they all seem to be on the RFP and procurement.
Okay, so again, this is the law. We cannot share a lot of information about the RFP until it is published. We shared with you the scope, what is required for each of those smart solutions, for you to be able to find your partners, for you to be able to see if you can develop such solutions, or even if you have it, that you migrated to Azure, because of course we need to connect to the central platform. However, I mean, about the procurement process, the evaluation will be available only if you are registered and that you we shared with you legally through the right channels the RFP, but we cannot share the criteria from that.
Thank you, Maha. So we're just checking to see the questions.
I see also a question, Noor, that about QFZA and QFC. I think you can bid, but honestly, I don't know the right answer for that. We can share with you that information later. I know that they can bid for government projects, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. So there's a question, I think Maha already answered, on the education sector included. And so it's not direct, it's not directly. We are working on the program to upgrade it, upskill the people of Qatar. So I think we have a question to Iman. It says, who will install the EV charging stations and how will this take into account the impact on the electricity grid? So Iman, if you can.
So the charging stations in the country are being installed by Kahrama. They are they are responsible for the network and the electrical grid in the country. This project is also the installation of the charging stations also done in collaboration with the Ministry of Transport and Communications. But the main responsibility relies with Kahrama. Thank you.
Iman, if we can have you back. There's also a question on elaboration more on the smart EV charging. If you may have some more detail for us on the smart EV charging. Just so, I think agenda.
Yeah, so we did share the most information we can share regarding the scope from the project in this presentation, but the EV charging platform that we're aiming to have developed as an opportunity is creating a platform that actually displays all the charging stations in the country, the ones that are developed and the one that will be developed and installed later on, and there's a network of integration amongst them in terms of payment gateways, of user registration, and so on. So we want to create a seamless experience when people are going to this charging experience and having the correct digital experience around it. So this is what we're aiming to do in terms of the EV charging platform.
Thank you, Iman. We have another question. It says, when do you anticipate to issue the RFPs to vendors, and what are the broad submission timeline? I think, Maha, can you please answer that? What's on the timeline of the RFPs?
Yeah, we started the process already, and hence we have the series of webinars that we started now. I don't have an exact time when exactly, but maybe within a month you will see some of those smart solutions, maybe even sooner. But within the 3 months, we will have all the 10 projects that was discussed this morning. And
thank you, Maha. I think we have one more question on the platform. Just a second. Because I see some of them are being answered directly from our colleagues. So just looking through the ones that are not answered. It says, how can I be part of the platform if I have a solution? So Basharat, if you can please answer that. How can they be a part of the platform if they have a solution?
Thank you, Noor. Excellent question. So if you already have a solution, you can host it on the platform, you can enhance it using the platform. Also, the platform is compliant to all the policies, procedures, data governance element from, to operate in the Qatari market. So you can leverage that as well as, platform is also supported by a command and control center, which will make sure that your solution is managed and those SLAs that you might have with third parties and with your end users, that interaction is automated and is carried out seamlessly. So absolutely, if you've got a solution, get in touch with us and we can together review that and give you an opportunity to launch it on the TASMU platform.
Thank you, Basharat. Unfortunately, we are getting close to the end of our time together. So these are all the questions we're able to answer at the moment. And for those not answered, we'll either answer you directly through the box, or we will send you the answer via email. And if you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to email us through TASMU info or TDB info, and we will try to respond as soon as possible. In conclusion, I'd like to once again thank you for your attendance today and thank our speakers for their presentation. And of course, thank you for your interest in TASMU, and hopefully you'll collaborate with us in realizing the implementation of the projects and turning Qatar into a smart nation, and into a smart nation. So thank you for your time and have a great rest of the day and weekend.